Gentlemen to the jury, we respect your patriotism. We would not, if we could, have you change its meaning for yourself. But may there not be different kinds of patriotism as there are different kinds of liberty? I for one cannot believe that love of one's country must needs consist in blindness to its social faults. To deafness to its social discords, of inarticulation to its social wrongs. Neither can I believe that the mere accident of birth in a certain country, or the mere scrap of a citizen's paper constitutes the love of country. I know many people, I am one of them, who were not born here, nor have they applied for citizenship. And who yet love America with deeper passion and greater intensity than many natives whose patriotism manifests itself by pulling kicking, and insulting those who do not rise when the national anthem is played. Our patriotism is that of the man who loves a woman with open eyes. He is enchanted by her beauty, yet he sees her faults. So we, too, who know America, love her beauty, her richness, her great possibilities. We love her mountains, her canyons, her forests, her Niagara. And her deserts. Above all do we love the people that have produced her wealth, her artists who have created beauty, her great apostles who dream and work for liberty, but with the same passionate emotion we hate her superficiality. Her cant, her corruption, her mad, unscrupulous worship at the altar of the golden calf. We say that if America has entered the war to make the world safe for democracy, She must first make democracy safe in America. How else is the world to take America seriously, when democracy at home is daily being outrages? Free speech suppressed, peaceable assemblies broken up by overbearing and brutal. Gangsters in uniform. When free press is curtailed and every independent opinion gagged. Verily, poor as we are in democracy, how can we give of it to the world? We further say that a democracy conceived in the military servitude of the masses. In their economic enslavement, and nurtured in their tears and blood, is not democracy at all. It is despotism, the cumulative result of a chain of abuses which, according to the dangerous document, the Declaration of Independence, the people have the right to overthrow. The district attorney has dragged in our manifesto, and he has emphasized the passage, resist conscription. Gentlemen of the jury, please remember that that is not the charge against us. But admitting that the manifesto contains the expression resist conscription, may I ask you, is there only one kind of resistance? Is there only the resistance which means the gun, the bayonet, the bomb, or flying machine? Is there not another kind of resistance? May not the people simply fold their hands and declare, we will not fight when we do not believe in the necessity of war? May not the people who believe in the repeal of the conscription law, because it is unconstitutional, express their opposition in word and by pen, in meetings and in other ways? What right has the district attorney to interpret that particular passage to suit himself? Moreover, gentlemen of the jury, I insist that the indictment against us does not refer to conscription. We are charged with a conspiracy against registration. And in no way or manner has the prosecution proven that we are guilty of conspiracy or that we have committed an overt act. Gentlemen of the jury, you are not called upon to accept our views, to approve of them or to justify them. You are not even called upon to decide whether our views are within or against the law. You are called upon to decide whether the prosecution has proven that the defendants Emma Goldman and Alexander Berkman have conspired to urge people not to register. And whether their speeches and writings represent overt acts. Whatever you verdict, gentlemen, it cannot possibly affect the rising tide of discontent in this country against war which, despite all boasts, is a war for conquest and military power. Neither can it affect the ever-increasing opposition to conscription which is a military and industrial yoke placed upon the necks of the American people. Least of all will your verdict affect those to whom human life is sacred. And who will not become a party to the world's slaughter. Your verdict can only add to the opinion of the world as to whether or not justice and liberty are a living force in this country or a mere shadow of the past. Your verdict may, of course, affect us temporarily. In a physical sense it can have no effect whatever upon our spirit. For even if we were convicted and found guilty and the penalty were that we be placed against a wall and shot dead, I should nevertheless cry out with the great Luther, here I am and here I stand and I cannot do otherwise. And gentlemen, in conclusion let me tell you that my co-defendant, Mr. Berkman, was right when he said the eyes of America are upon you. They are upon you not because of sympathy for us or agreement with anarchism. They are upon you because it must decided sooner or later whether we are justified in telling people that we will give the democracy in Europe, when we have no democracy here. Shall free speech and free assemblage, shall criticism and opinion which even the espionage bill did not include be destroyed? Shall it be a shadow? Of the past, the great historic American past? Shall it be trampled underfoot by any detective, or policeman, anyone who decides upon it? Or shall free speech and free press and free assemblage continue to be the heritage of the American people? Gentlemen of the jury, whatever your verdict will be, as far as we are concerned, nothing will be changed. I have held ideas all my life. I have publicly held my ideas for 27 years. Nothing on earth would ever make me change my ideas except one thing. And that is, if you will prove to me that our position is wrong, untenable, or lacking in historic fact. But never would I change my ideas because I am found guilty. I may remind you of two great Americans, undoubtedly not unknown to you. Gentlemen of the jury, Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau. When Thoreau was placed in prison for refusing to pay taxes, he was visited by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and Emerson said, "David, what are you doing in jail?" And Thoreau replied, "Ralph, what are you doing outside, when honest people are in jail for their ideals?" Gentlemen of the jury, I do not wish to influence you. I do not wish to appeal to your passions. I do not wish to influence you by the fact that I am a woman. I have no such desires and no such designs. I take it that you are sincere enough and honest enough and brave enough to render a verdict according to your convictions, beyond a shadow of a reasonable doubt. Please forget that we are anarchists. Forget that it is claimed that we propagated violence. Forget that something appeared in Mother Earth when I was thousands of miles away. "3 years ago. Forget all that, and merely consider the evidence. Have we been engaged in a conspiracy? Has that conspiracy been proven? Have we committed overt acts? Have those overt acts been proven? We for the defense say they have not been proven. And therefore your verdict must be not guilty. But whatever your decision, the struggle must go on. We are but the atoms in the incessant human struggle towards the light that shines in. The darkness, the ideal of economic, political, and spiritual liberation of mankind. Eric Holder. Speech marking African American History Month. Delivered February 18, 2009. I'm still getting used to the notion of Attorney General Holder. I hear that and I expect to hear Attorney General Thornburg, Reno, Barr, you know. I've been through a number of attorneys general, all of whom I have had a great deal of respect for, and I'm still getting used to the fact that my name follows that great title. I want to thank everybody who put this great program together. The folks at the EEO staff I think have done a good job in getting these great. Wonderful, young singers here with us today, and the young woman who sang the Star-Spangled Banner. I mean the national anthem, I thought did a great job. I look at you all and see the future of this nation. And we are very proud of what you have done and expect great things from you. You come from a great institution and there is a responsibility for you to carry on in that great tradition. And we thank you, sir, for bringing them with us today. Every year, in February, we attempt to recognize and to appreciate Black history. It is a worthwhile endeavor for the contributions of African Americans to this great nation are numerous and they are significant. Even as we fight a war against terrorism, deal with the reality of electing an African American for the first time as the President of the United States and deal with other significant issues of the day. The need to confront our racial past, and to understand our racial present. and to understand the history of African people in this country, that all endures. One cannot truly understand America without understanding. The historical experience of black people in this nation. Simply put, to get to the heart of this country one must examine its racial soul.